Sup, brochachos? Now, as the title of today's video suggests, in this video, we're gonna be showing you how you can make your motorcycle faster, the cheapest and easiest way. What's great about this modification too, it also makes your motorcycle look a lot cooler. With that being said, go ahead and roll the intro. Now let's face it, every single one of us loves to push our motorcycles as fast as we can go. Something about sport bikes specifically, many sport bikes are geared for the racetrack. Even though many of us ride our sport bikes on the road, they're actually designed for the racetrack. Yes, that's right. Your 600, your 750s, etc., your 1000cc bikes, they are designed for the racetrack, which means that most of your gearing is going to be geared more towards acceleration and not as much for top speed. Now take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Every manufacturer, every bike is going to be very different, but that's the general rule of thumb, is that they're geared for the track. And then for those of you who don't have a sport bike, most bikes are also geared for emissions and gas mileage in mind. Why is that important? Well, to explain that, we need to head back to the Bertini garage, brochachos. Let's go.
Alrighty then, now that I'm back at the Bertini garage, I'm joined here with none other than Miguel. You gonna say hi, Miguel?
Oh, hi.
So rude. Anyways, let me go ahead and show you what parts you'll need in order to make your scoot go faster. So the first thing that you're gonna need is a new engine sprocket. My factory one is an 18 tooth. This is a 19 tooth from Vortex, by the way. Really nice stuff. And if you really wanna go real fast top speed, you're gonna need a rear sprocket as well. My factory one, I believe, is a 44 tooth. This is a 41 tooth. Mucho more faster. How do you say faster in Spanish? Fastero? More fastero. Moro fastero.
Sounds about right.
Right? Depending on your chain, you're gonna also need a new chain. Now, since Miguel over here is a big baller with lots and lots of money, he can afford to buy this premium motorcycle chain from EK. Also, very important-o. That's how you say important in Spanish, right? Important-o? Yep. Make sure to check your service manual to see what parts you'll need to replace as you take things off, because certain washers will need and certain nuts will need to be replaced. Make sure to check Vortex's website with your new engine sprocket size and your new rear tooth size to determine the length of chain, it's an estimated one, you're going to need. Now, how does this work? By reducing the amount of teeth in the rear and by increasing the amount of teeth in the front, you are essentially going to reduce your acceleration, but increase your top speed. The good news about this is, since now you'll just be able to full throttle, do it at your own risk. We're not advising full throttling. You will essentially have a much faster bike. And this works on every bike. Groms, you name the bike, it works on it. What's the loss of a little bit of acceleration for a massive amount of top speed? Anyways, let's go ahead and get this stuff installed on the bike. And in case you're wondering, we're gonna be increasing our top speed from 190 something, not that we know of the bike going that fast, to well over 200 miles an hour, assuming you have the supporting mods to do that. Now listen, there's a lot of caveats to all this stuff. Just watch the video. Homies, first things first, let's remove this factory stuff. Now, while Miguel has his foot on the rear brake pedal, we're going to go ahead and remove this engine sprocket. Now people, we are trained idiots. Right, Miguel?
Yeah.
So you do this on your own accord. And just like that, we're off. Now we gotta remove all of this. Now, you're gonna need your chain brake tool. We use Motion Pro. And if you're interested in Motion Pro products, we'll include links in the description box below. All you gotta do is align the B with the rake over here. You put it on, and then you brake. That's it, super simple. This particular one we've owned now for, I don't know, forever. This tool is probably older than Miguel, or me, everybody in the world. Probably invented around the same time as the Bible, all right? Long time. Now, you just let that thing dangle right there. That's it. I love this freaking tool. Look at that, right there. Wow, wow, woo, wow.
Whoa, whoa, woo, wow.
Now, all you gotta do, run this chain all the way through here. Ew! Get that caca-poo-poo ugly heavy chain off the bike. And now, we already have everything disassembled for you. So this literally will just pop right off. Look, Oh my God, look at how easy. On the rear, all you gotta do is, look at that. That's it. Just like that. Now, just slide the new one on. Let's do it. All right, first for the engine sprocket, 9.5 ounces. And now the Vortex sprocket, 10 1/8 ounces. Now the reason for that is, let me just show you all here, is it is bigger. So if I put this in front of this one, as you can see, it has one more tooth. So it is going to be bigger than the factory one. Let's go ahead and weigh up the Vortex sprocket and compare that to the factory one. So what do we have there? 1 pound, 3 ounces and 3/8. Now keep in mind, this is a steel sprocket. Vortex makes some extremely lightweight aluminum sprockets, but we have an H2 with a lot of horsepower. And so we want to keep things as not having to replace sprockets so often with this kind of power, and it gives us peace of mind with steel. Of course, there's people who use aluminum on these as well. Good for them. That's not going to be us. We'll stick to the steel. Let's go ahead and weigh up the factory one now. And the weight on the factory sprocket, 1 pound, 12 ounces, so 4 ounces. So in total, we've got, what, we lost about 3 ounces, Miguel? Almost 4 ounces in weight savings. In total. This is how big of a difference these two are in sizing. So significantly big difference, and that's because this is a 44 tooth sprocket. This is a 41 tooth sprocket. All right, let's start getting everything assembled. Now, we're not going to torque this down yet until we get the chain on. Now let's go ahead and cut our chain to length. Now what we're going to go ahead and do, because this thing feels so freaking light, we are going to compare the weight of this chain to that of the factory chain, brochachos. So first up, we will weigh the factory chain. Jesus, that thing's heavy. 5 pounds. 6 ounces, almost 5 pounds, 7 ounces. We are at 4 pounds, 11 ounces. Miguel, I think we saved what, 14 ounces? That's almost a pound. That's a big difference.
For real? Wow.
Yeah, and that's all rotating mass. So we're definitely gonna feel that. Let's get it on. Brochachos, now that you have your chain on, which by the way came out bling bling. Look at all that shiny, shiny gold. Now we have to torque down our engine sprocket to 107 foot-pounds, which is a whole lot, which is why we got out our monster torque wrench. So what we're gonna do here is, Miguel's gonna hold the brake, and then we're gonna use the tension of this to keep us from spinning. Let's go ahead and get this thing tightened down. Muy importante. Don't forget to bevel that washer. Just in case this thing ever decides to come loose from 107 foot-pounds, you're safe. We just need to lubricate our chain up, and that's it. Then we're gonna take it out on the road. For those of you who are interested in picking up anything that we installed in today's video, make sure to check out the links in the description box below. Use code BERTINI where applicable. On that note, Miguel, let's get this thing lubed up and take Witchcraft out on the road. Sound good?
Yep.
It was an easy install, right?
Yeah, like 3 seconds basically.
I don't know about that, but it was a good 45 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds more accurate.
All right, let's roll.
So the bike definitely feels a lot more responsive than it was before. But I guess because we reduced the rotational weight by what? Almost a pound? You're gonna feel that. That is gonna be a big difference. What I love about it too is it just looks so damn good with a gold chain on it. I feel like that's any bike. And it shows people that you have a modified bike, which is much cooler than a stock one. Well, let's test it out and see if it made any speed increase difference. This thing is just so ridiculously fast. Man, I am really noticing the difference in terms of acceleration with the reduced weight on that drivetrain. It is just so much more responsive. And what I like about it too is it's not as twitchy, which is really nice. All in all, I'm gonna say this was definitely a successful mod. All right, let's see how the acceleration is on this thing now. that was probably like 40% throttle. I definitely felt some wheel lift there. Not a whole lot, and I was early shifting on it. So in third gear, you are gonna notice a little bit of a change on your bike, but what I would recommend doing is learn your power band. Of course, you can learn this on a butt dyno just out here on the street. You can learn what where your power band's at, or you can actually get your bike on a dyno and see how your power band actually looks. This way you have precise data on where you need to be at in your rev range to get the most out of it. All in all though, I would say that this was definitely a successful mod, and I'm sure you guys are gonna love it too. If you're interested in any of the products that we installed in today's video, make sure to check out the description box below. Use code Bertini wherever applicable. And of course, if you like this video, you found us entertaining, useful, or helpful, or downright dumb, go ahead and click that like button. It doesn't help us out at all. And if you have not yet joined the Bertini fam, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the notification bell. This way you can stay up to date on all of our build series content. With that being said, make sure you're putting out good energy into the world and you're paying it forward. I'll check y'all out later. Bye now.